Hi everyone and welcome to a brand new episode of Pitstop Fracas. We're here to review the French Grand Prix where Max Verstappen won the race starting from P2. My boy Charles Leclerc emphatically crashed out lap 18. Thank God he walked away unscathed. That's the main thing, Everyone, was concerned about this, that and the other. Look, he walked away safe and he'll be there the next Grand Prix to do bits. Probably stick it on pole again at the next race. The Mercedes duo, Hamilton and Russell, made up the rest of the podium, P2 and P3 merchants. I don't think Mercedes are making on the top step anytime soon, I'll be honest with you, looking at their pace this weekend. But this is the review of the French Grand Prix. I'm joined in the lovely company with three wonderful people. First of all, let me introduce our guest to the pod. Billy, how are you keeping?
I'm good, thank you. How are all of you?
I'm good, thanks. Richard, Tariq, how you guys doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, but I'm not too bad. I just can't wait to see you get cooked live on air. You got me? And to cook your boy as well. Because this has been coming. This has been coming. All this shit you've been chatting for the past few months, man. This has been cooking. We've already got 20 people up in the live. They've been waiting to cook your muffin. So yeah, I'm just excited about that.
This is unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Billy, tell us why this is unacceptable. Tell us where your F1 allegiances lie.
Listen, I'm a Ferrari fan, okay? But I like Lewis as well. So when my team crashes out, I go and I support Lewis, okay? But my main thing is, right, I feel bad for Charles, guys. I feel bad for him. Listen, the guy is like being impeded by his team a lot. I know some stuff are his fault too, but I want you guys to think back on the other races that he should have won, and like the car has messed him up or the tactics have messed him up. I'm not here to crash it on Charles today. Although I'm really upset, I realize I'm not upset with him. I'm more upset at the situation. Do you get what I mean, guys? So
I totally get where you're coming from. Get where you're coming from. I definitely know Tariq and Richard agree on that, right? Yeah.
Wait, well, I wasn't listening, sorry.
You're too busy.
I was focusing on the chat still. Doing real shit.
They want to
doing real shit
on Charles. They want to crash
on both of y'all.
Speak Italian, this is not acceptable. No.
I say grazie ragazzi and all that shit. Yeah, grazie ragazzi in that Thai war, brother.
Hey,
piss me off, man.
What is this? Hey, we haven't.
I'm ready, bro. I'm ready. I told you it's been hot. Yeah. It's been hot. Came in with a shiesty on.
It's 2v2, but allegiances lie, Richard? Where do your allegiances lie?
Yeah, where do your allegiances lie?
Well, just to make one thing clear, one thing clear. I, as you can clearly see, I'm a black man, and I like to stand with other black men. So therefore, my allegiances lie with Mercedes and Lewis, and I like George too. Okay, and I think Max is better than Charles. So I do not stand the Italian company from Maranello. I do not stand that little monogas shoot.
But how can you be talking all of this if you're a Mercedes fan? I'm confused.
You said it.
Well, this is not what we'll get to that, innit? Because Ferrari fans have been very loud this season, but there's not a lot to show for it. Just hella pose like we had a strip club or something. It's looking a bit mad still. I can't lie to you. I'm ready to pull out my ones and just throw it at Anik because he likes to be there in that strip clubs too.
Oh, no.
So it's a bit mad still.
Listen, I'm telling you, we are gonna be going in on the Magic City Maldonado right here, right now. Hella pole, no wins. We are on that. They're not escaping. I'm telling you right now, they're not escaping.
P2 in the championship. He's the only one that can salvage this F1 season. He's the only one that can salvage.
Exactly.
Hang on. Wait there. Sorry, Billy. I just need to talk to this 1 minute. You've been in the ear all season trying to gas up Shaw when he was in P1, yeah. Trying to gas him up to the Himalayas and that. Now you're trying to gas up P2. It's like that meme. You're trying to gas it up with the little jerry can with the bike. That's you right now, Anik.
Moving like Tottenham. I'm
not accepting this from a Mercedes fan. I'm not accepting.
Charles is here. He's trying to save F1.
I stand with black men, Billy. Hold that.
I stand with black men. Listen, I love black men.
Nah, that's conflicting reports still.
No,
you can't be a Ferrari fan and stand Lewis.
Listen, I don't stand Lewis, but he's my goal. I can admit he's the goal. Do you get what I mean? I can put my hands up in the air. I can admit he's the goal. I really like him. I just like Ferrari. That's where my allegiance lies. You get what I mean? Because when I was choosing an F1 team, I was like, who do I choose? I wanted someone with a bit of heritage. I wanted someone with heritage. You get me? Because my football team is completely opposite. So I was like, so that's why I went the Ferrari route. But I still really love Lewis, and I think he's the GOAT. So
yeah, but that's some spooky heritage right there. I need a Dr. Umar review on all of that. You get me? So
listen,
no. That heritage will be spooky. I can't lie.
Listen,
Billy,
guy. Yeah,
Billy. Let's give you a proper introduction, not the way. Disrespectfully, the way Tariq and Richard have introduced you. Just,
Whoa.
We've got a guest on the pod.
Anik.
We've got a guest on the pod. We need to welcome you in a nice way.
Listen,
So,
Anik,
Billy,
I'm telling you right now, we ain't even got disrespectful yet. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking this is a bit of light disrespect, but yeah, go on.
I don't disrespect black women here, Billy. It's just Anik.
Sorry. Listen, we love to see it. Love to see it.
Billy, tell us about your favorite F1 race moment.
So I would say my favorite F1 race, even though the person I absolutely hate won this race, would have to be Germany 2019, because that's when I really got into the sport and I was like, okay, this sport's actually good, I was like, I need to start watching this sport more consecutively. My favorite F1 moment, and this is my proof that I stan Hamilton to an extent, by the way, is probably British Grand Prix 2020, when on those 3 tires, definitely one of my favorite moments. And yeah, I'm a Ferrari fan, so I like Charles. Sainz, he's a bozo, but I have to support him, you get what I mean? And then Lewis, he is the GOAT, so it's a bit of a good mix, to be fair.
And it's funny you should mention, or quite ironic you should mention Germany 2019, because I think Charles Leclerc done the same thing in that race that he kind of done today.
Literally.
So, yeah.
Guys, I'm tired when it comes to this whole thing. I'm tired. I need a break from Ferrari.
Don't worry. Next week will come around soon enough, Billy, and I promise you we'll be quick there. Very, very quick there.
Hopefully.
Let's quickly touch on qualifying. I mean, Leclerc, what a lap. What an absolute lap from Leclerc. What did you make of qualifying, Billy? Do you reckon that was a good tactic from Ferrari to allow Sainz to give him the toe? Obviously, Sainz started from the back of the grid. He had all of those engine penalties. So, yeah, do you reckon it was a good shout for Ferrari to do that?
1000%. I think it was a really good tactic from Ferrari. I expected it, to be honest. I didn't expect anything less than for Ferrari to be on pole. However, Ferrari being on pole and Ferrari actually winning the Grand Prix are 2 very different things, as we have seen in the past. So I wasn't surprised by qualifying. I thought it was great qualifying, but I was still a bit skeptical after the qualifying. But what did you think about it?
What did I think about it? I thought it was an absolute masterclass from Ferrari. I think, what we saw, FP1, FP2, FP3, it just kept switching the momentum. It was like, Ferrari are quicker, now Red Bull are quicker, Ferrari are quicker, now Red Bull are quicker. But it just seemed that from the data, you could see that Red Bull had that top speed advantage. So down the straight, down the back straight, it just seemed that they had the advantage. So Ferrari had to do something clever. And they done something well for once. So yeah. Tariq, what did you make of the qualifying session? Leclerc on pole.
You lot ever watched Groundhog Day?
Yep.
That film Groundhog Day, and he lives the same day over and over.
Lord have mercy.
This is the feeling I'm getting right now. The stuff that Anik is talking about. I've heard it maybe 3 or 4 race weekends before. Leclerc doing mad in the qualifying, gets to the race, he's not able to put it on the pot. He's not even able to take it to the finish line most of the time. So to be honest, a lot of this chat is is pretty funny to me. But at the same time, I can't really slander too much, because the people that know me as the CEO of Gasly Hive, proud CEO of Gasly Hive. And I can't lie, we have been lacking these past couple of weeks.
So what happened there, Tariq? Because you guys got upgrades, and Tsunoda qualified P8. Gasly couldn't even make it out of Q1. So what happened there with Gasly?
The upgrades coming like Ferrari upgrades, bro. They ain't doing shit. Yeah, it's a bit mad, but yeah, no, it makes no sense to me because first of all, the Q1 lap was somewhat okay. It was at that point it was somewhat okay. Obviously, the track evolved at that point, but then when he came into the second lap, he didn't even do his second lap. I think he went into the pit. He couldn't finish his second lap. And from there it was finished, and it made no sense to me because all he had to do was just put in one decent lap, and he flopped, and it's just been a bit mad still because for Gasly, I think, yeah, like I said, these past couple of weeks for Gasly has just not been good enough. We need to start seeing Gasly up in the points, up battling for the midfield. I mean, to be honest, if Tsunoda can do it, you should definitely be able to do it. So yeah. So I ain't really got much excuses. I mean, from my point of view, I ain't really got much excuses for Gasly. I think he needs to start putting his finger out his arse and start driving properly.
So you see, you see the thing, I don't know what's up with Gasly. I always thought he was a good driver. I've always had
he
time
is
for Gasly, but I don't know what's going on this year. It's gone past the halfway point now. And it's you see a little bit more, man.
Yeah. No, there was a certain point where I was like, oh yeah, no, the car that he's driving is just not up to scratch. And you can see it with Tsunoda as well, even though Tsunoda was putting in a couple better performances in him, but at the same time, you could just see the car was just not up to scratch. It wasn't doing anything. It was lower midfield at best. But at the same time, you can still see that Gasly was putting in pretty solid performances every now and then. He was still showing his talent. He's still showing why that he is one of the best drivers on the grid. In my honest opinion, top 10 drivers. I don't think that's changed so far. But yeah, I think it's just been this stretch, I say maybe past 4 or 5 races, where the car it's been better, not just because of upgrades or whatever, but because the team themselves have the AlphaTauri team have gained a better understanding of the car and whatnot. So you would expect that the performances should get better. They should be getting to more points, but yeah, Gasly just ain't doing it so far. People saying Gasly sandbagging all that. Shit. I think Gasly might be in his Aubameyang phase, getting a new contract and then suddenly just not driving, not doing them good drives there. So
someone said, get Gasly at Magic City summer break. He needs his confidence.
Pierre Harden, yeah. Pierre Harden. I see that.
I said Pierre Harden, fucking hell.
Man, so some of these comments on the YouTube live, you know what? Whenever we go YouTube live, I swear there is no structure to any of these pods, but they're classic pods, absolute classic pods. On that note, make sure you follow us on YouTube, Pitstop Fracas. Follow us on Twitter at Pitstop Fracas. All the good stuff. Instagram. Got Instagram, right? Yeah. We'll get that out. We'll get Chris to get that out. Chris is on holiday at the moment, so yeah, we'll make sure he continue updates the Instagram. Merch though. Merch. F1 merch. Yeah. We've got a little promo code for you this weekend. Richard, do you mind just popping that on the comments? I think it's F130. So yeah, if you fancy picking up a little bit of F1 merch, you want to jump on the Ferrari bandwagon whilst the stocks are low, go for it. Grab yourself a hat, not like the one I'm wearing. Grab yourself a little t-shirt, McLaren t-shirt, AlphaTauri top. Yeah, make sure you grab that merch because, we need to see who you're backing. Can't be like Richard here, sitting on the fence. Doesn't really want to tell us that he's a Max Verstappen fan. But, yeah, it is what it is.
I can't
Richard,
lie.
Listen,
his shade is giving Max Verstappen fan.
Trust me, Richard's on the video now with his glasses. I mean, you're supposed to be cooking me, but you're not really cooking me at the moment. So
yeah, we cooked you at the start. Don't do that, brother. That was just
All right, that's fine then. That's fine.
That was
We'll move on from
that
it.
was the hors d'oeuvres. You get me? Don't do
fine.
that, brother.
Oh no,
That's fine.
Anik is a
move
brave
on.
guy, you know.
This is the hors d'oeuvres. I don't want to see the main.
Trust me.
I can't lie.
Do not follow me or even at me on Twitter. Just at Pitstop Fracas, the account, please. At the account, not me. I've got nothing to do with this. Got nothing.
Yeah,
No, at him. It's at his
no.
Anik P91 on Twitter. At him directly. Just only him. Don't bring the account on us. At him.
No, anytime you're at the account, anytime you're at the Pitstop account, we're gonna at Anik directly as well to that as well. Yeah. So don't worry about it.
And by the way, for the record, is my views and my views only. They do not represent Pitstop. But everyone has different views on Pitstop. You know, we're not all Mercedes fans out here. I mean, who would want to be a Mercedes fan right now? Mercedes this weekend.
Good weekend for them.
All the practice, all the practice session. No, but they just benefited from a DNF and Sainz being a bozo. Perez being a bozo and Sainz being at the back of the grid. Otherwise, they would have been where they deserve to be, P5 and P6. Even lucky to get that. Qualifying, Richard, they were around a second off the pace throughout all the sessions. Now, I know their race pace was good, but what do you make of Mercedes so far this year? Like, is it going to happen for them?
In terms of a race win, I think so, yeah, because they've been steadily progressing, you know, throughout the season, to be fair. A little bit closer to the field. Obviously, of course, it's track dependence and whatnot. So, for example, with this weekend, at least race-wise, you know, Lewis only finished, 10 seconds behind Verstappen, which is a bigger leap in progress compared to other races where he's finished, like, let's say, 40, 50 seconds behind, something like that, to be fair. So, of course, you can say, okay, they benefited from the double podium thanks to, of course, your boy crashing out. And also, Sainz, starting from the back. And also Checo getting hard off a bit. But, sometimes you get how you live, to be fair. Of course, there's been a lot of talk, well, at least from you, about the zero side pods, saying, oh, you can't win with zero side pods. Well, if this concept was so bad, they'd be bottom of the field, battling with Williams and Aston Martin and whatnot, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So clearly, it's not as bad as what you make it out to be.
But every other team, they're the only team that has zero side pods, and every car that's won a race this year has a side pod. So,
this year we may see that. This year we may see a race win without side pods in your case. That means also you lose a particular bet, which will be happy
the
to
champagne
see.
bet.
Yeah, I think a particular bet. But look, to be honest with you, I think today's proven that Mercedes probably have the best lineup on the grid. To be fair, because to be utilising the results that they are utilising, we're basically the third fastest car. It's pretty amazing, to be honest. As I said, you got the double podium today. Of course, the best moments of that was Russell having off Checo on basically the virtual safety car restart. Basically, of course, Russell was within his delta, and he caught Checo napping. Really and truly, that was it. Of course, there may have been maybe track limit violations allegedly from Checo. We did complain 1-2 times, saying about, he's went minor 10, 6, 10, blah blah blah. But
yeah, he's gonna have to hold that though.
But the simple fact of the matter is he got had up. There's one thing I can blame Russell for is that bomb on, I don't know what day it was, on Checo. We all know where that happened. I think that's more on George, to be fair. I think he was just a bit too late and a bit too ambitious, to be honest. But other than that, he had a belt race, to be honest. They both did, to be honest with you. So, it's not as doom and gloom as it was at the start, to be honest with you, the Mercedes, but I do suspect them, especially with the reliability of Ferrari, especially with their strategies as well, and maybe the odd, I don't know, Red Bull fuck up and whatnot. I do expect Mercedes to capitalize, and that will convert into a win. I don't know when it will come, but I do believe it will come this season. So, Anik, you're going to have to help my guy.
That's what I was going to ask you guys. Do you think Hamilton is going to get a win this season? Because I was hoping today at Silverstone, I had hope. Today, I had hope. I was like, okay, maybe he can. But do you guys think it's going to come?
Yes.
I personally don't think it's going to come.
Yeah. It's coming.
You caught yourself on Lewis fun. Yeah, but
I'll say it again. Lewis needs to come to Maranello. We'll give him his 9th and 10th world title. I'll say that again. But yeah, carry on, Tariq.
Listen, that Lewis win is coming because the Max team ain't serious, and Ferrari are definitely not serious. you know what? I tweeted on the account. I ain't calling them Ferrari no more. They're whatever we're calling them, the red car people, the ketchup click,
The ketchup click.
Meatball
Fancy
Marinara
Ponies is a good
Motorsport.
one.
All
Fancy
them
Ponies.
teams there. Listen, they ain't getting that respect from me no more. That team is not serious. And we're sitting here talking about, oh, Mercedes are second off the pace, whatever, in quali, whatever. Listen, you have to finish the race to get the points, don't you? Don't you, Anik?
True. That's true.
Right?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, but
And
like
two of the Mercedes drivers finished on the podium.
okay.
Pretty much maximum points for them. And one driver, your driver, by the way, I'm going to say your driver, is out here committing insurance fraud, crashing his car into who knows where, so he can start making bare claims and that. Your guy is not serious. I'm telling you right now.
I think you guys are being hard on him. You're being really hard on him.
No, we're being soft on
guys.
him. We're being soft on him right now.
Hella
I know
soft.
agendas have
he
to
came out.
agenda. Listen, I know agendas have to agenda, but it's not always his fault. Like, it's actually not always his
It
fault.
was his fault this week. It was his fault this week. He came out.
Whose fault was it in Imola then, Billy?
This weekend wasn't his fault.
I said
This weekend
not
was not
always
Charles's
his
fault.
fault.
By the way.
This weekend
Anik,
was
a black woman's
Charles's
talking.
fault. It came out
Don't
of his
interrupt.
own mouth.
Sorry, Billy. Sorry. Billy, what was that? Sorry.
Listen, it's not always been his fault. At some points, like Monaco, etc., it's been the team's fault. So I'm not gonna put it all on his back. Do you get what I mean? But he has to take some blame, of course. But not all of it is on him. At the end of the day, there have been races where, like, I feel like the Ferrari strategy has really messed him up, and that he should have won that race if it weren't for them. So I know it looks like there's a huge gap in developing now in the championship, whatever, and Max is going to win it. I think we can all agree on that, like, unless something crazy happens in the next few races, but Max will win this. But at the end of the day, I just feel like he's not always at fault for what happens to him, and he's been quite unlucky. So I don't know.
Today wasn't Leclerc's fault, by the way, but we'll get into that.
Yes, it was.
He said it was his fault, but
he did say it was his fault.
Do you want to read it out for you, Anik? I'll read it out for you. Don't worry.
It was his fault.
I'll read it out for you. Don't worry, Anik. I got you, King. Don't worry about that.
We've had me and Charles had an offline conversation. We had an offline conversation. I've checked the data, and I can tell you why. I can give you an explanation why it wasn't his fault.
Go on.
You don't know him like that, bro.
We'll get on to that.
You don't know him like that, bro. You spoke to his agent or something, bro. I'm telling you.
We'll get on to that. Honestly,
read the statement. Read the statement, Richard.
I'll read the statements. Okay. This is from Charles Leclerc, from himself. It is unacceptable for me to make these mistakes. If we lose the championship by 50 points, we will know where they came from. Open bracket, here and Imola, close bracket. That's the statement from Charles. He said himself. But here you are, with your batty out, shaking Nash for Charles Leclerc, making excuses for him for no fucking reason.
It's not excuses.
Anik the Stallion out here. Anik the Stallion just hella twerking.
Hella strong knees.
Listen,
he's stronger than Ferrari with boy. Shit.
Listen, you guys are being way too harsh. I feel like he does take blame for today, in my opinion. He takes blame for Imola. Like, there are bits and bobs where he does take blame, but there's also times where you can literally just see Ferrari fucking him over. Like, Monaco, even Silverstone, like, you guys, I feel like Ferrari's not good enough as well. It's not just him.
Listen, we're just about to talk about Mercedes, and you guys are just obsessed with Leclerc. You just want to come back and talk about Ferrari and Leclerc, especially you.
Yeah, obviously.
It's a gang shit.
Can we talk about Lewis's start though? Because it was very good. It was pretty impressive, and as soon as he got up into third, he seemed pretty cozy there. But it's a bit on Checo. Like, do we need to talk about Checo there? Because I don't know what's happened to Checo ever since he signed that contract. I don't know, man. Just don't seem like the same. Obviously,
another
it
one.
seems like
Another
that
one
Red Bull's going
he's
towards
looking funny
Max.
in the light. I'll be real.
Yeah, another one on his Aubameyang thing.
Literally. They're all like all but out here. Yeah, because he showed up zero defense or poor defense against Russell. The start was appalling. That car is so quick in a straight line. Like, I really thought he would have been able to pick off Lewis. And that's no disrespect to Lewis, by the way. I just think because of the car,
his start was terrible. His start was terrible. I was shocked by his start, to be honest with you. But
speaking of the start,
and he got his knees broken by George at the end of the VSC, which was hilarious.
It's just absolute. I don't know what's going on there. Coming back to the start though, up until the first 18 laps, what did you guys make of the battle between Charles and Max though? Because it seemed pretty tense. Well, for me it was tense. I was watching it. I was like, "Oh, it's going to be close. Max might get him here," but I think it was just good racing. I swear, like 90% of the camera was just fully focused on those two for like the first 18 laps.
The battle, it was a lot. When I was watching it, I honestly thought any minute now Max is gonna overtake Charles, because the way he had him right there and he was getting closer and closer. I was literally watching the time. It was like it went from 0.5 then down 0.2. It just kept going down. I was like, oh my God. And then Charles finally started to get some distance on Max. I think Charles was a lot better like in the corners and stuff like that. So he was getting some distance when it came to Max in that aspect. So I was surprised that Charles actually fended Max off and held his own until he crashed into a wall. But I was surprised. I expected Max to overtake him, but that didn't happen. But I think eventually he probably would have. But just.
But you see, that's the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing, because I personally think Leclerc done an absolute amazing job. Like, Max has got a supremely quicker car, and he was just able to manage that distance to him. And then from about lap 12 to lap 18, okay, fair enough, I'm outside the 1 second window, and you're managing it. You made Max, you forced Red Bull into pitting early, and then you got Lewis behind you, 6 seconds. You got a bit of clean air now, and then you just go out. Like, if he crashed out with Max behind him, okay, you can understand it. If he crashed out and, you know, when he was really having to push for an undercut or an overcut, yeah, you can understand it. That turn 11, I checked the data. On Friday, he was so smooth through there. He had the perfect line and he was just nailing it every single time. But today, I don't know why, it just didn't work out for him.
He choked.
That's why I was.
Bottle job.
His bozo gene went into overdrive. Listen, Leclerc's bozo gene rivals anybody on the grid. I think he has the biggest bozo gene ever.
That's why I was so surprised when he crashed Anik. That's why I was so surprised.
It's so surprised.
His bozo gene.
Anik, 1 minute.
Nah, this is
Anik,
attitude.
1 minute, I'm looking at him.
Attitude.
No, honestly, guys, 1 minute, I'm seeing him, the camera's on him, he's 6 seconds ahead of the nearest car. I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever, it's all good. Next minute, I'm getting messages, he's crashed. I said, what? Because my screen was like 1 minute behind, and people are messaging me saying he's crashed. I said, what's going on?
Well, that's the worst thing. You know the worst, right? You know when you go on your phone and you put on to do not disturb and you mute the group chat. As soon as he crashed, you know the dreaded swipe down. And you go on your iOS and you swipe down, bang, 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 Anik, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Literally, I literally just saw a bunch of people.
Oh my
God! I literally just saw a bunch of people saying OMG. I was like, what?
Yeah, Richard was going crazy in the group chat. It was a drive-by.
Well, I didn't even read it.
I wanted blood. That's why I wanted blood from. He was ducking the smoke. Everyone was out on the account. I was like, where's Anik? I was fueling it. I was promoting that shit. I was like, where's Anik? I was like, get him on the pod. Bro, the street's been calling for you. Now here you are, showing face for once.
I swear, I think
Facebook front, bro.
I think hashtag where's Anik started trending a little bit. I can't lie.
I can give you an explanation. It wasn't actually Charles's fault that the crash happened. Okay, because he's on mute. Richard's on mute.
Oh, if you're a real man, give me a breakdown then, Anik. Go on.
I'll give you the breakdown.
Yeah, go on.
It was Ferrari and Sainz's fault as to why Leclerc crashed. If you look at the data, okay, and you see what line Sainz was taking into that corner, Leclerc was constantly 2 to 3 kilometers an hour less going into that corner. So it's in the back of his head that, oh yeah, shit, I need to be maximizing what I can in this corner. He was taking a different line through that corner on Friday, and he took a slightly different one on Saturday, and he was taking a different line into that sweeping right-hander today. Now, I reckon they were in his ear telling him, yeah, listen, you got to push a little bit harder. And he was just going through a different line that he's not used to through that corner. Because you know what? In the back of his head, he's just trying to, not catch up to Sainz, but try and do what Sainz is doing. So
it's Ferrari's fault because they're telling him to drive better.
Basic. No.
You know what
they're putting him out of his comfort zone. They're putting him out of his comfort zone. They're putting him out of his comfort zone. You just don't need that at this stage. They're putting him out of his comfort zone.
Are you not hearing this right now? Are you not hearing this?
That's exactly what it was.
Leclerc can't drive out of his comfort zone, otherwise he crashes in 50 miles an hour into the wall.
Nah, you might not.
100 miles an hour.
Bro,
that was like minimum 30G as well. Like, and you guys are laughing.
Listen, guys.
I couldn't give a fuck. What's the piss on it? Couldn't give a fuck. What's the piss? See your boy. Hey, listen, I promise you.
Did he die though?
I promise you, yeah, on God. Sorry, Tariq.
Yeah, he didn't.
Did he die though?
He didn't. That's a good thing.
No. All right, don't cry, don't beg. Don't cry, don't beg.
He had enough energy. He had enough energy to be screaming like a madman on the mic.
Exactly.
Do you blame him though? Do you blame him? Do you actually blame him? And I saw a comment.
Teacher Ben and Jerry's out the fridge. You're like, no, to yourself. That's what they're.
Nah, guys, but come on. Do you actually blame him? Everything he's been, all the bad luck. Do you blame him for reacting that way? And the second thing is, I saw someone in the comments say that Charles isn't mentally tough. That is a lie. That is a lie. Okay, he comes back all the time. He does his best, and he gets kicked down. He gets kicked down.
I bet Charles' therapist is paying for his third Mercedes right now, bro.
Bro, listen, it is mental.
His therapist
strength.
must be making money.
I'm telling you, I'm blaming Sainz and Ferrari for Leclerc crashing.
Yeah, Sainz is fault.
Okay, no, listen, Anik, I'm not letting you say that. Anik, I'm not having that. I'm not having that, Anik. Because I have no idea how it's Sainz's fault that's even possible.
No,
someone has to be the scapegoat. Someone has to be the scapegoat. I'm sorry.
Exactly. It's Leclerc's fault, bro.
And by the way, he's P2 in the championship.
Are you on man's payroll, Anik? Big man thing. Are you on man's payroll? Be honest.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not in his payroll. I just got
time. He's doing it for free.
Hang on.
He's doing it for free, bro.
Hang on. Let's see 1 minute. You've just said live on air, yeah? We are live on YouTube right now, yeah? If you're listening and watching.
Thanks for reminding me.
You just said it's not Charles' fault. It's Sainz and Ferrari's fault. That's what you just said.
Yeah.
Based on what? You just said some shit like, it was taking different lines.
Yes.
What? Okay, so what I can conclude, yeah, is basically what you're trying to say in this Rishi Sunak sort of way is that Charles doesn't like being under pressure from Max, and when he does, he likes to crash out by himself. Because I swear to you, if you switch them two drivers, yeah, Max does not crash out. He actually will hold off Charles at least the bare minimum. Yeah. He doesn't crash out under pressure. But Charles does crash out under pressure, and he's done it twice this season, and it's cost him bare points. So hold that. That.
It's because It's because Perez isn't as a good driver as Sainz. Max knows that he ain't got pressure from Perez. He knows it. That's never going to happen. When you're looking at the line that Leclerc was taking through that corner on Friday, it was completely different to what it was on Saturday and Sunday. I promise you. And that's exactly, it's in the back of his head. So the engineers were telling him, listen, you got to try and maximize what you can through that corner. You know, it's Ferrari. Ferrari screwed him over in this. It's not Charles's fault at all. I'm sorry. I'm not letting Charles take the blame for this.
Nah, you're embarrassing. You are embarrassing. You are.
You are not serious.
Are you actually listening to yourself?
Not a serious guy, Anik. I'm telling you right now, you are not a serious guy. You don't even believe what you're saying right now.
You are the South Asian KSI. You are the troll. That's what you are. You're the absolute troll.
Listen.
You cannot come on the air on this podcast on YouTube Live at fucking 10:30 at 11 o'clock at night and say, it's not his fault.
Anik, I tried to back it. I tried to back it as much as I could. I tried to back the argument.
He thought this was space.
The date is there.
Going to say his thing. and everybody was going to be muted, and he was just going to leave. Nah, we're not having that, bro.
No, the data is there.
You're
The
not
data is
serious,
there.
guy.
The data is there. I'm telling you. And there's a whole political situation going on in the Ferrari garage. They favour Sainz, so they're just trying to tell him, look, try and do what Sainz is doing.
You're not serious. Oh my.
Anik is spitting, man.
I have to. And
spitting what?
I'm always spitting.
Rubbish. Oh yeah, move, man.
Guys, I have to back my teammate. I have to back my teammate.
Nah,
guys.
Billy, don't do this. Fan shame, Billy. Come on, Billy, don't do this. Come on, don't do this, man.
Billy,
don't
please.
do this.
You're the only. Listen, Billy, you're the only one. You're the only Ferrari fan on here that can have even a little bit of sense. We know Anik, his head is lost. His head is gone.
But guys, I maintain what I said. I maintain what I said. Okay, there have been times where it has been his fault, but there are also times when it is not his fault and it is Ferrari's fault. And people need to recognize that, because I feel like people are shitting on him more and more because of all the times he's had bad luck. But some of the times he has had bad luck have not been his fault. So it's the kind of thing, he's now getting the bottler title or whatever. And I get it, because he gets so many P1s, and a lot of the times he doesn't even finish. Sometimes he doesn't win, all of that
P2
stuff.
P2 in the championship.
Yeah, I saw someone say that he
Sounds
needs
like a bag of mitts to me.
I saw someone say that he needs Max to DNF for him to win. Listen, you guys are just running agendas.
But it's true though.
I'm not having that.
But it's true though, because
did Max DNF
he gets P1 and then Max comes through and wins. How many
DNF
has Max won in a row?
Listen, Max didn't DNF in Austria. He started on pole, and Charles came and he took that shit away from him. Let's give credit where it's due. Do you get what I mean?
Billy.
Yeah.
Billy. Can I ask you something? Yeah.
I'm trying to fight the good fight.
Yeah, but it's you're bringing a knife to a gunfight. It's a bit mad still. I can't lie to you. Can I ask you something? Yeah. Can you tell me why, without being shameless, why Max-Emilian Verstappen has more wins off Charles' poles than Charles has off his own poles?
Ferrari.
Anik, your name is not Billy.
No, but guys,
Billy, I just want you to answer. Just you.
But listen,
Anik,
Richard,
I'll answer.
Anik, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear from you.
Okay,
Billy,
listen,
we're a family. We can speak for each other. We're family.
Get the fuck out. No,
Richard.
this is civil war. This ain't no fucking family. Billy, can you please
Richard,
answer my question?
I admit it's disappointing, but I stand by what I've said before. A lot of the time, it's not been his fault. A lot of the time, it's been due to strategy. It has been due to DNF. It's been due to a range of stuff. So, like, some of the stuff are out of his control. I'm not saying all of the stuff, but, like, I think the majority of the time it's out of his control. So, I'm not saying it's a good look. And sometimes he can buckle under pressure, but I don't think that sitting here and blaming him for everything and blaming him for the position he's in the championship is a fair assessment. That's just what I think. But
you know what?
So what you're telling me is Leclerc's whose name is Charlie B because he's a former stripper. Is that what you're saying to me?
You know what it is,
guys.
It's the realization. It's the realization that Max and Red Bull are probably going to end up in the championship, and you just want to shit on one guy, so you can shit on Leclerc because you can't say anything about Red Bull right now. So,
but Anik, you're guessing a P2, but at the same time, you're trying to push Leclerc as the one and only savior when he can't even finish races. So he's got. Pick a side. You get me? Is he actually going to win? Is he actually going to do his job, or is he not going to?
He's got the second most race wins this season. He's overtaken Max 3 times on track.
Yeah, clearly it's not enough.
First time in his life, he done it. First time in his life. First time in his life that he's done it. Yeah,
3 times on pure pace.
First time in his life he's done it in one race. First time. But yeah, and next man has more wins off your poles than you do off your poles. That's very damning to me. If you get me, that's very damning to me.
The way they're talking, we're going to get to the end of the season at Abu Dhabi, and then the FIA are just going to randomly just add on the points that they lost from Ferrari mistakes and that.
Anik points.
They should.
This is gonna do tax refunds. Like, oh yeah, listen, we took too much points off you of those couple other races. We're gonna give them back to you now. You're definitely gonna be winning the championship now. Trust me, brother. Your boy is not winning your boy is not winning because he's not even finishing races. He's not even getting points. But I'm hearing all this chat.
He's number 2.
But I'm hearing number 2. What does number 2 do?
But he's there.
What does number 2 do,
Anik? If you guys can tell me
Anik,
that, Mercedes are collecting points.
Let me ask you a question, yeah? Are you gonna sit there, be there in your 70s, talking to your grandchildren, say, you know what, kids? Let me sit you all down. Let me tell you about the one time, the 2022 F1 season, Leclerc got second because he wasn't finishing races because he was crashing it into the wall.
I'll tell them about Ferrari and how they ruined his.
So basically, what you're saying is, basically Shaw at the end of his career is just going to be John Lazy with an LV bag, yeah? Is that what he's going to be?
Anyway, we chatted enough about.
You're looking at that,
I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk anymore about Leclerc. Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll get back onto you. Don't worry about that.
Let's pick up on his teammate, Carlos Sainz. He was very, very quick this weekend. To me, he seemed like the quickest guy on track.
Really?
One Ferrari driver that could actually do his job.
I thought it was Shaw, me.
Well, I mean, he didn't get pole, did he? So, I mean, the stats show that it's Leclerc that was fastest on Saturday, not Carlos. And by the way, on track when Leclerc crashed out, he had fastest lap, so he was fastest man on track. Anyway, Richard, what did you make of Sainz's qualifying performance? Obviously, given the toe, and then his performance in the race.
So I only watched the highlights of quality, but I did manage to see his quality lap in Q2, where he managed to put second on at least everyone else's head. I thought that was very impressive. You know, maybe he was a fan in his inner shawl in a way. You know, that Saturday how yeah, maybe he was finding a bit of that. Except he actually outdone Charles as well. You know, it was one of them ones as well. But yeah, in terms of the race, of course he had to stop and back because he had to change a couple of components and whatnot. But he had an excellent race. He showed really, really good pace. Of course, that Ferrari car was probably the quickest car all weekend, to be fair. Because, you know, as you see, Charles was managed to hold off Max for quite a long time. Because, of course, they went for the... No, let's just get this right. They went for the low downforce setup, Ferrari. And then, the high. Yeah, the high downforce. Yeah, I was getting confused. High downforce setup, and Red Bull went for the opposite, the low downforce setup. So, of course, that meant Ferrari were quick in the corners, and then Red Bull just go for straight line speed as well. So, with Sainz, he managed to utilize his car to the maximum, I feel, this weekend. He was chopping through the field. He was doing some really, really good overtakes as well. Of course, until you got up to lap 42, was it? Basically, he was running about like P4, I think it was. And then, of course, Ferrari entered the Bozo G and decided to pit him then. When probably you should have pitted him a bit earlier if they wanted to do a two-stop strategy. But luckily enough, because I think he came out like P9, something like that, when he came out the pits, something along them lines. But he managed to get himself up to, I think it was P5 in the end as well. So that pit stop didn't really compromise him too much. So, which was actually quite good. But low-key, they probably threw away maybe a podium, maybe even a P4, to be honest with you. But that's definitely on Ferrari. That's definitely not on Carlos. Carlos, he was flawless on Sunday today in the race. It was just basically on Ferrari. They pretty much threw away P3/P4, to be honest with you. But this is the heritage of Maranello. You know, they like to do bozo shit. Because it wasn't just like the fans and whatever that were confused. We even heard it from like Nico Rosberg and Martin Brundle and Profty as well. They were all confused, like, why are they pitting him with 10 laps to go? It doesn't make any sense. And they didn't even throw him on softs as well. That's the mad thing as well. But luckily, it didn't hamper him too much, and he managed to get solid points. So, yeah, Carlos, I think he got driver of the day. That was well-deserved. I would have gave it to him or Lewis, to be honest with you. But, yeah, absolutely no faults with him. And he's also shown that, you know, you can drive for Ferrari and put in good performances and not reach for excuses. So, yeah, there's always that as well. But yeah, big up Carlos as well.
Yeah, Sainz really showed this week that he's got that dog in him, because he realized that he didn't also need to drive against the 20 drivers that were on the grid, but he also needs to fight against his own team to get anywhere. And he really did that. So respect to Sainz. He's definitely not out for Leclerc. Leclerc is completely out for his own issues, and that's it.
So, Tariq, what did you make of that little radio call when he's out there trying to overtake Russell, was it? Russell or Perez? Perez, when he was out trying to overtake Perez, and they're coming in on the radio telling him to pit. What did you make of that?
Yeah, I think when it came on the coverage, it was a bit late. I think he was literally halfway through overtaking him when that message came on the radio. When the radio came on the coverage. But yeah, no, I mean, obviously, Sainz is right to tell them that they need to shut up and he needs to drive because he definitely had pace to overtake Perez, and he did overtake Perez. But yeah, no, I think the bigger problem was that them red car people, I'm still not calling them Ferrari, them red car people, they're not serious, like, at all.
Trust me.
They're not serious. And that doesn't take away from the fact that Leclerc messed up properly today.
He didn't.
But
he didn't
listen,
mess up.
I'm eating off both agendas today, both my Leclerc agenda, my Ferrari agenda. I'm eating Gucci today. But yeah, going back to Ferrari, I think we also got to talk about the message where Sainz got on the radio and told them, had to literally tell them that, yo, this isn't actually a stop and go penalty, it's just a 5-second penalty.
Mm-hmm.
And the Ferrari pit were actually confused about it.
Oh my God, that was crazy.
And then they put him in, and then they came in, they brought him into pit at the completely wrong time, and then they made him stop for 5 seconds to then send him out again.
They don't know what's going on there. I mean, even coming back to Leclerc, yeah, they should have pitted him. As soon as Max pits, they should have pitted him. I don't know why they didn't pit him the next lap. So that's another reason why.
But
so I'm it was Sainz's fault, and they should have pitted Charles the very next lap after Max pitted. If they had pitted Charles when Max had pitted, then Leclerc wouldn't have crashed out.
Because those tyres were looking rusty as well. I can't lie. The tyres were
fine to me. I examined them. I was on track. I examined them. Look fine to me.
Richard, oh my days. This guy, you know what? I respect someone with a strong agenda. I'm the same with my agendas, so I can't say anything, man. It's what it is.
Damn, you just like me.
Yeah, honestly. Has to be what it is, man.
Lewis, though, let's talk about him. I tried to talk about his start about half an hour ago, but then you guys obviously want to talk about Charles. It's like you can't get him out of your mouth.
Hey yo, slow down, brother. Hey yo,
that's funny coming from you, Anik. That's funny coming from you.
It's funny coming from you.
I didn't lie. I mentioned Lewis.
You stuck him on toes if you had the opportunity to.
Anik, you ran Leclerc like your license is expired, fam. You're nuts. Let's not even talk about it.
But Anik, you are a big Lewis hater. I've clocked it.
I'm not a Lewis hater.
Yeah,
Billy, come on. Hey, Billy, the stove's on. Let's cook. Let's cook. I'll get the Pyrex on. Let's cook.
Every time you talk in the group chat, Anik, it's about Lewis. That's cussing him. Every time you're cussing Lewis. What's going on?
Damn.
Please.
What's going on?
Damn.
That's one of the reasons that group chat triggers me, because everyone's cussing Lewis 24/7. I'm like, why?
Lewis is number one. Lewis is my number one. Then is Charles. Then is Ferrari. Okay, Lewis is always my vote. I'm just giving him a little bit of tough love, man. That's it. I'm just giving Lewis a little bit of tough love.
So you don't actually hate Lewis. This is tough love.
Yeah, it's just a bit of tough love. Lewis is my number one.
This is abuse. Fucking hell. That's what it is. Max,
okay.
Yours and Max is tough love. This is beyond that. So,
domestic violence.
Okay, can we talk about Lewis though? Please, can we talk about Lewis? Can we talk about his race start? Can we talk about him doing really well? Actually, we've got to commend him. Fantastic drive today, P2. What did you make of it, Billy?
I think his start was really good. I didn't expect him to make, that good of a start, especially, overtaking Perez. I really didn't expect that. So I was really glad, with his start. I think he got a bit lucky with Charles crashing out, but can't hate the player, man. Have to hate the game. Do you get what I mean? So, and at the end of the day, I think him finishing P2 is really good. It's the highest he's finished, all season. So I'm glad for him,
It's like a victory for Mercedes.
It is a victory. Like,
yeah, it's a
even
victory. I mean, this is the timeline celebrating it like it's a victory. So.
Even when I saw him finishing P2, I was celebrating. I was like, yes, P2. I didn't expect him to finish that high today. And when he did, I was really glad for him, even though it came at the expense of someone else, but I was still really happy for him. But yeah, he did bits with that car. He did bits with that car today, and I think he was the best driver today. I know some people say Sainz. I think he was the best driver today personally. But yeah, that's really my opinion on him today.
So if we look over to the other side of the garage, George Russell, I don't know, man. Personally, I think he was a little bit like smug first 6-7 races. I'm ahead of Lewis and that. I think it's all starting to, peter itself out now.
Yeah. Definitely.
Do you reckon this now shows the true level between the two? Because I think he qualified for 4/10 ahead of him.
I think Lewis was getting a lot of stick because Russell was finishing in the top 5 every single race, apart from the British Grand Prix, but he was finishing top 5 every single race. So Lewis was getting a bit of stick for it from F1 fans, from a lot of people saying, look what Russell can do with this car, blah blah blah. Look what Russell can do with Mercedes. But I think Lewis is kind of growing into it, and I think he's gonna continue getting like good results. Not like, I don't expect him to like win anything I don't think he's gonna win, but I think he's gonna continue to get good results, probably get on podium. And yeah, I just hope, he comes back, because I want Max Verstappen to have proper competition. I want him to have proper competition. This is not
Leclerc isn't giving him. Leclerc ain't giving him that proper
guys,
competition.
every time you have to go back.
I have to bring him up.
When I say proper competition, right, I mean Lewis and Charles both need to improve, in my opinion. They both need to improve, because I want him to have competition. I don't want him to just walk away with this championship, which is what is going to happen.
It's not Lewis. It's not Lewis that needs to improve, really. It's more like Mercedes needs to improve.
It's the car.
Better car. But Leclerc definitely needs to improve.
Yeah, like I just think overall car, driver, whatever it is, I just want there to be a bit more competition for Max, because it's actually nauseating watching these races, and every time he's winning, I'm getting tired. I don't know how much more I can take, but yeah.
How do you feel, Billy? Billy, how do you feel when Max crosses the checker flag as a winner?
It literally makes me feel sick, guys. I actually gag. It makes me feel sick.
You can't stand Max.
Yeah? I can't stand Max. I can't stand the guy. Like, I actually can't stand. He's one person I can't stand. Everyone else, I don't have a vendetta against anyone except Max. So it's just hard. This is
why we clip Leclerc though, because Leclerc is in the fastest car. He's got the talent, but he ain't doing his job. You know what I mean? Like, somebody needs to.
No, I get the frustration. I get the frustration with him. I really do get the frustration. I feel it every race weekend, to be honest with you, almost every race weekend. So, but it's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. It feels like it's a nightmare, just that replays in your head over and over and over and over again. It's just like, great again. Every time I go into a race, even when we went into this race and he was on pole, I had a feeling deep down something was going to happen to him in the race. And when it did happen, I was like, I expected it. I don't know what it is. I'm just very skeptical right now when it comes to Ferrari. So, yeah.
We'll bounce back. Don't worry. We will learn from our mistakes.
Maybe he's just not that guy.
He's 100% that guy. He's 100% that guy.
He's that guy.
Anik saying that the red car people are going to learn from their mistakes is one of the funniest things I've heard all day.
Trust me.
Yeah, red guys ain't learning shit.
We've been saying this for the past 2 months straight. Actually, no, not even the past 2 months. The past 2 years. These lot don't learn, Anik. Okay. They don't learn.
Trust me.
They're going to be the same bozos today, tomorrow, next month, next week.
I'll give you an example. Yeah, if you look what happened in Silverstone, look what happened in Austria. In Silverstone, they should have pitted Leclerc. Yeah, they didn't. How comes they pitted him when the safety car came out for Ocon? How comes they pitted him straight under the safety car when Sainz crashed out or Sainz's car was on fire? If you listen back to the radio, Xavi comes on and tells Leclerc, oh, by the way, Max is pitting. And Leclerc's like, shouldn't we pit? And they're like, oh, yeah, okay. We'll learn from our mistakes and we'll pit. So they are making inroads. You know, we won 2 races out of the past 3. And I promise you, we're going to win in Hungary. Mark my words, we'll win in Hungary. We'll bounce back.
You hear that?
And by the way,
I want that clip. I want that clip and posted to the pit stop.
And by the way, I'll tell you one thing, yeah. A wounded animal is a dangerous animal. Watch us. Now you watch
Anik, what gives you that confidence that we're winning in Hungary? I just want to know so I can get the confidence.
It's delusion, Billy.
Because no.
Yeah.
Just hella delusion.
No.
You see Anik, yeah? You see Anik, yeah? You see Anik. Anik will be on a blackjack table. He'll go all in. He'll lose his money, and he'll be sitting there begging the guy at the table, double or nothing. Hey, listen, look, I've got bare money. I'll get more money. I'll put double or nothing for you right now. Let's go. He'll lose that hand, and then he'll go double or nothing again. We just keep going until he wins one, and then he'll pretend that he's won everything.
It's true, you know. Honestly. It's true, you know. Hella delusion.
So Hungary, Ferrari.
Someone said
do well there.
Allah. No.
And it's got a mixture of, you know, slow and medium speed corners. It'll be fine. There's not a lot of back straights there. There's only one straight. There's not really an area where the Red Bull can expose their top speed. So yeah, I think we'll be fine in Hungary. You guys know it as well. Yeah. Promise you that.
So where you finishing the championship this season, Anik? Tell us. Give us your predictions, brother.
We're still leaving minimum 1 championship. We'll either get constructors or driver championship.
Oh, okay.
You do know that Ferrari are closer to Mercedes in the constructors than they are to Red Bull, right?
Yeah.
I just want you to know that.
But they're still P2.
And then Leclerc still keeps crashing out, and Sainz is still acting like a bozo. Okay,
it's fine.
Cool.
It's fine. Don't.
And Ferrari, hey, let's not even talk about the red car people. But okay.
Okay.
You keep running off delusion on it. Go on.
Why do we keep coming back to Leclerc? Can we talk about Max? Okay. Let's talk a little bit about Max. This is now the title done. Ticked over halfway. He's 68. How many points did he clear? 50 plus.
68 or some shit like that, yeah.
It's done now, innit? Let's be honest.
Of course, because you're guy in it.
Today was the day. If we were gonna do any sort of challenge, guys, the way I was sitting there, I was praying for Max DNF and a Leclerc win. I was praying, and instead I got the opposite. I got the opposit.
So
this is what happened.
Ferrari on the radio, like, please, Leclerc, listen, we really need to win this race so that Max Verstappen doesn't just run away with the title. Leclerc said, "I bet I'm gonna crash right into the barrier." Cool,
guys. This is why Yeah, this is why you don't.
And we're not supposed to blame him. And we're not supposed to blame him.
No, but honestly,
it's crazy.
Listen, guys, this is why you don't prey on other people's downfall, because it comes a bitch and it comes back to bite you. Everything I prayed for, the opposite happened to me. It's actually crazy. I actually just have to hold it. I have to hold it.
All right.
Anik, hold that.
I'm holding anything. Bro, I'm still checking in. I'm still checking into the W Hotel tonight.
Okay, so Anik, are you gonna make more than 3 appearances for the rest of the season on the pod? You're just gonna keep ducking the smoke when your boy bottles it.
I'm here right now. What do you mean I'm here right now?
Well done. Your first appearance when Shaw's bottled it in what, like 9 months? I hosted like that?
No, Imola pod. I was there. Imola pod. I think I hosted that pod.
Oh yeah, you was, and you hold smoke there as well. Yeah. You don't always pull up when the smoke is happening. You get me? You seem to just run away. Run off to Turkey or whatever you'd like to take your babes or whatever. I don't know. You're Mr. Send location at the end of the day. So.
Oh yeah, man. I'll be off to Spain soon anyway.
With a Send location.
Yeah, I'll drop the location in the group chat. Don't worry. Let's talk a little bit about that little Aston Martin battle. I don't know, man. It was all like calm. They went out and put an old school 1922 car on track. It seemed like, 100 years of Aston Martin. Very nice, very calm. And then, a bit of fireworks towards the end though between Vettel and Stroll. What's going on there, Richard?
To be honest with you, Stroll actually stepped up today, and I'm quite proud of him because he's been getting cooked basically all season by Vettel. But to be honest, I wasn't really paying attention to Aston Martin today, apart from like the last 10 races. So I couldn't even tell you if they got put on like a Bozo strategy, because their strategy team seems to be like Ferrari as well. That he Bozo like and all over the place, to be honest. But yeah, Stroll stepped it up today, and Vettel weren't too far behind him. But yeah, at the end, Vettel was starting to make inroads of him and starting to catch up with him. But of course, Stroll basically parked on the apex, as they like to call it, and basically, you know, Vettel ended up going to the back of him because of Stroll. Unless it was a big check, I'm not too sure. I'll have to look.
I don't know what that was, but that was. That was a bit
yeah, I know it was definitely an odd one. It was definitely a sign of desperation for Stroll, because, as I said, he's been getting cooked all season, to be honest with you. Definitely. So that point obviously meant more to him than Seb. But listen, Aston Martin went away with another point in their shit box, and you know, I can respect that. It'll be all right if Stroll did that to another driver. I wouldn't have cared. But to your own teammates, it's very Bozo-like, to be honest with you. But hopefully that doesn't happen for the rest of the season. But, you know, when your dad owns the team and you're a media driver, you can afford to do these things, you know.
Exactly.
It's white privilege. That's what it is. It's white privilege. Of course, you don't know another white man, but still, you get me? But, yeah, it was definitely probably the second most exciting thing in the whole race, because I can't lie to you, up until when basically Carlos pitted, the race was pretty meaty. I can't lie to you. I didn't find it exciting at all. Even when Charles crashed, it didn't even spice it up. Like, you know, I was hoping for like a full safety car or something, but no, it was only till Guan Yu Zhou basically parked up. Then that's when it started to spice up a bit. So, yeah, that was an exciting bit of a couple seconds, I guess. But yeah, that's all I've got to say, really.
Anything else exciting in the race, Tariq? Anything else you want to talk about?
We could talk about the Haas disaster class.
Yeah, man.
Why
did they pit so early? Why did they pit so early? That made no sense to me.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
Like, and then Gunther Steiner's coming on is like, yeah, this could work out for us. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
Not good.
I think Mick Mick was in a collision with one of the Haas cars. Yeah. And Mick still managed to finish in front of him technically, which was a bit mad. I mean, like, yeah, it just goes to show how bad Haas were in that race. I mean, Gasly managed to finish in front of him as well, even though he had no points, and his quali yesterday was absolutely terrible. So, yeah, Haas, big stinker.
Big stinker from Haas. Yeah, I thought they were going to get another load of points there. I thought Mick Hive could have been trending. We would have heard from Chris on that front. Billy, McLaren, they brought updates this weekend. They've done okay. They split the Mercedes in qualifying. Norris ended up P7, Ricciardo P9. What do you make of Ricciardo, Billy? Talk to me about him. Is this guy just vibes now?
I think he's just vibes. I'll be so real with you. When it comes to McLaren, they're not any sort of competition for anything. Like, they're very unserious, in my humble opinion. I like Lando Norris, but I honestly just think, like, when it comes to McLaren, just not a serious car company, or race company at least. When it comes to Ricciardo, he was just vibes in the absolute whole time. I didn't even watch the end of the race, so I don't even know how he finished off at the end of the race. Did anything interesting happen with him?
Not really in the race, no. He was just there chilling.
Yeah. I wasn't on him at all today. I'll be real.
Probably an IG on the steering wheel, but
yeah. I wasn't focused on him today, but I don't know. When it comes to them, there's not really much to say in this race. I'll be so honest with you. Exactly. That's the assessment.
Yeah, it's funny that Ricciardo managed to finish himself some points from that good start. His start managed to get him just behind Norris, which I commented on. I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, Ricciardo managed to finish himself some points, which is crazy. But yeah, Ocon overtook him, I think, pretty early into the race, and then after that, yeah, nothing really changed. So.
Yeah.
Wait, which lap did Charles crash out in again, guys?
18. Lap 18.
18, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. 18.
Of course, you remember
lap.
Anik.
After that lap, I literally sat there, watched. I saw the safety car, and I was distraught. I'll be real, guys. I was actually distraught. Like, I didn't know what to do. I was like,
me.
let's not
Billy,
not that far.
Billy,
not that
Billy,
far.
we'd
I
gone-
didn't cry. But
Billy, we went
I
10
was
minutes.
close.
You know what? I perfectly swung the conversation away from Charles. You know, talked a bit about Haas, a bit about McLaren.
Guys,
Then bring it back to
no,
Charles.
but Anik, you need to understand.
These two are
guys.
waiting to pounce.
When you invest, listen, Anik, when you invest in a driver, right? You invest in this driver. I'm here with his stocks. I bought his stocks out. I defend
Trust
him.
me.
Every
You know
time
what
people
my
come for
stocks
this
are like on
guy,
him.
every time people come for this guy, I'm there to defend him.
Same.
I'm there. I defend him on Twitter. I defend him in group chats. I defend him everywhere. And then when these kind of stuff keeps happening, it's heartbreaking. I honestly didn't even want to watch the rest of the race after that happened. I was so upset. I was just like, what do I do now? Like,
I'm
what
not
do I
gonna lie
have to
to
do?
you. I even messaged
Them-
Richard saying, brother, do you mind hosting? Because I can't do this.
I know. He tried to run away from the smoke. I said, nah, brother, you
he
gotta
tried to
host, man.
run.
He was like, how you gonna cook me if I'm hosting it? I said, don't worry, I found a way. And look, I found a way. Unfortunately, Charles didn't find a way to that race win. Hey.
Yep.
Hey, good one. Good
Them
one.
Leclerc stocks are a pump and dump. I'm telling you right now, you're getting finesse. The
Nah, don't
Maranello
worry.
lot have run
We're
away
gonna get
with
back
your
in
money.
blood. We'll get back in
We'll
blood.
get-
Don't
trust
worry.
Yeah,
me.
because you ain't
Well,
getting
you-
it back
you
in
ain't
money.
too
You ain't
shiesty.
getting it back in dinero.
You ain't got
What
that
you gonna do is
shiesty
get back
mask.
in blood.
No,
Mm-mm.
honestly,
Mm-mm.
guys. It's all right. We'll be back.
Oh yeah,
We'll be
we gotta
back.
let the listeners know, the audio only listeners
If
know.
we win next weekend, though,
Yeah.
I'm cooking both of you.
Yeah, trust me.
Hey, add
Okay.
me on the Twitter then. Don't worry, I'll respond.
I'll
I don't
add
want
you
from
on
the smoke
Twitter.
like Anik.
I'm cooking both of you on Twitter, by the way, if we win next weekend.
Stay
So I
on.
hope
Make
you
sure,
guys
make
know.
sure, but
Say nothing.
don't worry.
I'll
Billy.
cook
Yeah.
Don't
you
worry.
in Abu Dhabi when your boys win championship and it finishes what? Maybe
Yeah, but we
P3?
already know he's not going to
So what?
win
Oh,
it.
don't worry,
Come on, we
Anik
already know.
is gonna be on the pod
Nah.
like Anik is gonna
We
be on the
already
pod
know
like
he's not gonna
P2. We got P2. He's gonna try and
I
gas all that.
I think,
Smooth, man.
I'm trying to gas it up.
I think I got like a
He's trying to
Hindu.
gas it up.
I think I got like a Hindu wedding ceremony around December.
Oh,
I'll
do
pull
you?
up. Don't
Yeah,
worry,
it's
I'll
He's
dress
running
up
from
and
the
I'll pull up.
grind already.
Yo,
Anik
Anik.
already running
Yo,
from the
look at your
grind.
boy.
Anik, that's crazy.
Hey,
I got a
Don't worry.
Nigerian wedding
Listen,
ceremony.
when you send that
around
You know
location
what
in
it's
the
like.
group chat,
No, but you
listen,
know what
Anik,
it's
when you
like.
send
You know, with the
when
dates
you-
and
when-
stuff, you have to pick the selected dates based on the moon and
Yeah.
stuff. So
Mm.
there's might be a couple of specific dates in December that we need to work with. So.
I'll move that moon. Don't worry.
Get-
I'll move that moon with mum.
Alright, put in a call to NASA. Put in a call to NASA. Say no more. Hey, listen, just nudge that moon for me and real quick.
And move
Yeah.
that moon, but there to the left, yeah.
Move it.
Hey.
Listen, it don't matter. It don't matter when it comes because when you send that location in the group chat, we will bring the cooking to you, bruv. We will go fund me and plane
First class,
everything.
Amazon.
First class,
Nah.
business class,
Nah, innit?
British
I'm
Airways. flying
getting
straight to
this
you
cooking
to
back
cook
in
you, bruv.
blood. I'm getting
We'll
this
get
cooking
we'll get
in
him back,
blood.
Billy. Don't worry, Billy.
Nah,
we'll
you
get 'em
cooking
back.
up unwashed chicken. That's what you're cooking, Billy. Get out, man.
Unseasoned thing.
I lie. Bit of hair.
Guys,
Hey,
Ooh,
guys,
listen,
listen.
you're not unseasoned.
Would you much
guys,
rather hold on?
please.
Would you much rather eat from the Red Bull garage or from the Ferrari garage? You know they're cooking better in the Ferrari garage.
Nah,
know
that
that.
shit banned, bro.
You know that.
Trash versus garbage right there, bro.
They banned that pasta.
Listen, man, authentic pasta, authentic pizza.
Al
What do
dente,
you want?
al dente, man.
What more do you
What are we
want?
doing?
Honestly,
You'll be
Nice, bro.
lucky if you get Domio straight out of the
Yo.
We'll look after.
thing, bro.
Out
oh,
today
they're
by
not
like 2
cooking
you guys
years.
are
nothing.
violating.
Got
Why
metal
did I
signature on it.
You man are violating. This is not
I
acceptable.
am dying.
This
I'm
is not
dying.
acceptable.
You're getting pot noodle over there.
Guys,
Okay.
Smooth, man.
Indomie.
Indomie and
No.
everything there.
All right, can we go through the awards? Let's go through the driver of the day. Lewis, it was Lewis. 50%, then followed by Sainz, George, Stroll, Who put Stroll down for driver of the day?
What the hell?
Oh, I thought
Like
Sainz got driver of the day. Oh, crazy.
Oh no, we're talking about.
I saw there's someone in the.
You've got your own. Okay, cool.
Got I saw there's someone in the. Going.
Okay, I need to vote in that poll
Billy,
next
come on.
time. Sorry, guys, I need to vote in the poll next time, man.
What were you gonna say, Tariq?
I said I saw there's someone in the Pitstop family with a couple Stroll stocks. Yeah,
it's that's Mr. Anthony, the light skinned brother.
Nah, howler.
Mad.
And the other, Latifi deal was Leclerc, massive moment, Ferrari, howl at the weekend. Oh my god. France though, do you like that as a track? Should we come back here next year? I think bin it.
Well, not anyway. I think I've seen a clip from like French TV saying that it's coming off the calendar. To be honest, so looks like.
I swear the commentator said as well at the beginning of the race that it's not gonna be.
Is it? Is it confirmed?
It's not confirmed, but like rumors.
Yeah, they said like it more or less like this is probably gonna be the last one there, but
good riddance. Good
but
riddance.
They need a French. I feel like they need a French GP though. Where are you gonna put it? What's
Monaco? It could be the Monaco.
Magny-Cours, if that's grade 1.
Monaco. I can't lie. If you
Monaco's basically France. Close enough, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's next door, like.
It's actually close enough. They're neighbours, isn't it? So.
I can't lie. When them Monegasque man flog you, Billy, I'm just gonna watch them with popcorn still.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
We ain't French. Yeah, you'll get flogged still. Get flogged.
Should we do quick predictions before we wrap up? Can't wait to wrap up. I'll be honest with you.
The pressure.
I didn't crumble.
That D-square hat will save you, brother.
But it saves my hairline and my thinning hair, so it's cool.
My days! Look what Leclerc is doing to my man. Are you not hearing this right now? Leclerc has got this man's hairline doing. He has it doing the
rewind.
Shaw took the top off the Maybach. That's what he did.
I took the top off.
Hey, I'm telling you, I'm never having Richard and Tariq on a pod ever again. I'm gonna block it.
Look
to the top off in more ways than one. He's taking the top off of everything. He's taking the top off.
You're a soldier, Anik. You're a soldier. You're a soldier. Don't worry.
Man said, hey, we need that Central C Doja remix with Charlon, Hey, don't kill me.
No. Alright, they're gonna. Alright, they're gonna do Phil comps with that one Central C.
How can someone say hairline push back like the tire wall today? Oh my god. I'm done, bro.
I'm done. I'm cutting the stream.
I'm done.
I've had enough.
Yeah, this ain't right, man.
Push back like Ferrari's title chances. Oh my days.
Okay. Let's get a couple of quick predictions in before Hungary. I'm not having any more of this shenanigans. Richard, what's gonna happen next week?
God, I think maybe Red Bull 1 and 2 with another Mercedes podium.
Mercedes ain't getting a podium next week. No way. Tariq?
Hey, 4 in a row, brother. Hold up.
I can't lie. A Mercedes podium is looking like a bit of a guarantee with the way your team is driving and with the way Checo is driving. So I'm definitely seeing a McLaren podium. How many podiums in a row has that been? I think
4.
Lewis and
it's 4 in a row,
Lewis himself has had like 4. Wait, 5.
Billy?
5 in a row.
Next week, Billy, what's happening?
Max is winning that, I'll be so real. So I'd say Max, And then second, let's hope Bozo genes don't kick in. I'm going to give it to Charles. Third, I think third will either be, I don't know, maybe Perez or maybe a Mercedes, maybe Hamilton. I'm hoping for Hamilton, but we'll see. Hopefully he continues his good run.
It'll be a Ferrari 1-2 next week. Max third. Trust me. Back in blood. A wounded animal.
I'm hoping you're right.
Trust me, Billy.
I'm predicting.
Nah, Charlene's that shiesty.
Trust me. All right, guys. Let's
listen.
let's wrap it up
When the emails drop and you're seeing hella insurance fraud payments, yeah, we're gonna be staying shiesty Charles soon, bro. Trust me.
All right, guys. Let's wrap it up there. If you haven't already, make sure you follow us on the account, like, subscribe, do all the good stuff on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Leave us a review. Make sure you do that, and a 5-star as well. Goes a long way. But yeah, we'll be back next week to review the Hungarian Grand Prix. And until then, peace.
Safe.